Hello. So my name is Sabrina Sanchez. I did my term project on the 1994 Northridge earthquake. I chose this natural disaster just because it was so recent to my childhood. A lot of my family and close friends to my family had experienced this earthquake, and they had a lot to say about it. So I felt it was interesting to do my project on it and learn a bit more about what had happened and its damage it had caused. So some statistics on the Northridge earthquake. It was on January 17th, 1994 at 4:30 in the morning. Its magnitude was 6.7 and it struck the San Fernando Valley region of Los Angeles. It killed more than 60 and injuring more than 9,000 people. And it's had widespread of damage, causing widespread of damage. Its damage was so widespread that buildings, shopping centers, parking lots, and portions of freeways had all collapsed. And this earthquake was known to be one of the costliest in US history. Damages were estimated at more than $20 billion. So beginning with what caused the earthquake, the Northridge quake was caused by a sudden rupture in a previously undocumented um, blind truss fault. The earthquake produced 10 to 20 seconds of shaking that rattled a part of Southern California. The damage that the 1994 Northridge earthquake caused was the 5 freeway, the 14th, and the 10 freeway were severely damaged. There was no way in or out in those areas. There was a massive power outage, and then people were reporting phone services down in some area. And there was hundreds of water mains and gas mains that had broke during the earthquake in some areas of Los Angeles and Ventura counties. Also, many fires and flooding and building collapses and explosions were being reported as well. I would say 30 to 40 explosions were being reported throughout that whole day. Here are some pictures I found interesting. The first picture in the top left corner is a gas rupture that had caught on fire, and then also one of the water mains ruptured as well. And this is Balboa Boulevard in the Granada Hills area of Los Angeles. And then this top right picture, is a portion of the Santa Monica Freeway that had broke apart. And then this bottom left corner is the Bullock department store in the Northridge Fashion Center in Los Angeles. And then this bottom corner picture is a picture of people lining up at one of the many water stations they had set up for residents in that area. People were filling up their containers because there was no water or gas. And local authorities had warned the residents in that area not to drink from the tap water because the earthquake broke many of the water mains, and they weren't sure if they could be contaminated or not cleaned very well, and it was just better to be safe than sorry. So on to the next. There was many shutdowns that occurred after the mayor of Los Angeles declares a state of emergency. All of LAX flights were being canceled and shut down, and then the Metrolink service was also shut down as well. And then all LA Unified School District schools were also being closed. Governor Wilson, who was the governor at the time, declares a state of emergency and asks President Bill Clinton, for federal aid. The National Guard then activates its emergency operations center to help earthquake victims at the time, so like medical aid and all that they needed during that time. The Salvation Army and the Red Cross also set up shelters for to help people who were in need of a place to stay because their home was destroyed during the earthquake. So that was put there. And then there was a citywide curfew as well that was put in place for them to stay indoors at this time. It was not safe to be out. And so that was just some stuff that was happening during this time. So finally, on January 22nd, 1994, this was, I would say, the 5th day after the earthquake happened, water and gas was finally restored to all of Los Angeles and some of the San Fernando Valley. Schools were starting to reopen again. There was about 300 classrooms that were unsafe to reopen, to enter. And then the death toll does rise to 55 people by the 5th day. And the dusk to dawn curfew was canceled after that. Some long-term effects this earthquake had on California was that some 125,000 people were still left temporarily homeless. There was a lot of people who lost their homes, and they were just rebuilding from there on and starting their lives again and moving on. Research and scientific advancement had led to building code amendments and then new financial and insurance systems and an improved ability to imitate and predict the outcomes of future earthquakes. So the majority of insurance companies representing homeowners in California severely restricted or completely stopped offering new policies because the law required them to offer earthquake coverage. And in response, the state created the California Earthquake Authority that was a publicly managed and primarily privately funded organization providing basic residential earthquake coverage. So this kind of helped like people who in that area who could probably experience that again have coverage on their homes and all that, so they are able to still have a home after. Yeah, that concludes my presentation on the 1994 Northridge earthquake. Thank you.